So before we move forward, I think that we do a little drop here in honor to the 40th anniversary of the Terminator.
Perfect.
All righty. So on to our next topic. But before, we'd figured, we are a man short.
Yeah,
Aren't we, Leo?
we definitely are.
We are a man short. However, we did find someone who could fill in for Charles, and who not better than the one and only.
We live in a society where honor is a distant memory. And by the way, who do you think screamed the loudest? The girl? Or the boy?
Josh Herrera.
That was epic. Shout out to the Lethal Geeks. What's going on, Phil?
Good, man. How you doing?
Honored to be on the platform.
Yo, you're decked out. That is a phenomenal costume. I love it.
I had to. I was like,
what a soldier, dude. You are such a good soldier. Good soldier.
Representing. That's great.
I was gonna be there either way, so I was like, might as well, right? We got some developments. Zach confirmed at the Rebel Moon director's cut. Actually, someone asked him about the Robin suit, and he said,
"Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
colors." So I was like, "All right, let's go."
Nice,
that's so cool, dude. So tell us about your experience. Like, what was the concert like? Did you have a great time?
Yeah. So for me, like, I know a lot of people have certain opinions about Jared Leto's Joker. For me, I was already a huge fan of the dude through 30 Seconds to Mars. So when he was cast, I was like, holy shit. And I'd known his acting career also. Requiem for a Dream was one of my favorite movies. It's very morbid, not very, it's very niche, I would say. But I loved his performance and his art. I always get on stage with him. That's just tradition every time I see him. So I had to do it.
So how did you get on stage? Like what?
So it's always a fight. So actually, first time I saw them was 2009. I was front row. It's always fucking rowdy because they kind of, if you think about what made them popular, The Kill. I don't know, y'all know that song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they were more like kind of screamo, rock, emo a little bit.
Is that early 2000s emo scene, bro? Yeah. I loved it. I grew up on it. So
so they're going on, I think, like 20 years next fall of their second album. And back then I would just always hop on stage because security was always overwhelmed with the amount of people, because Jared just always calls everyone up. He's always done that. And I feel bad for people working security. But so the first few times, when they were as popular, it was easier to get to the front, right? Mm-hmm. Then, of course, nowadays it's kind of like you got to do like VIP to secure your spot in the very front. So I did, of course, but I got a meet and greet, so that was pretty cool.
Well, you got to wear the suit. You got to put on the armor because I'm sure you're swinging in those crowds, right?
Oh, it's not rowdy. I don't know. Phil, I know you saw some of my stories, Phil, but at one point there's like, I was like, oh shit, I forgot I posted this. It's getting a little rowdy in the mosh pit. These two girls are just pushing everyone trying to get to the front, and so we're like, stop! Like, you're literally pushing everybody. But it's always worth it. Like, it's fucking amazing vibe on all their shows. So. That was a meet and greet that happened before.
Really? Oh, that happened before.
So that was before the show. And was that your first time actually meeting Jared, or have you met him? Yeah.
I always felt like him always screaming lyrics of his music to my face while I was on stage. I kind of considered that like I was like, we pretty much met. Spitting in my face, that pretty much. So, but yeah, officially that was the first time, and he wasn't actually feeling well. So the VIP package was supposed to come with a photo, right? Very like rushed in, get out, get your photo. And then a museum of their career, basically their whole discography. But something happened logistically with the VIP package, so they could not do that at any of the shows. So they filled it with a Q&A. So we had probably like a 20-minute Q&A with them where they were just talking to the fans, and it was pretty cool.
That's awesome. So how many people were in that exclusive Q&A?
There were 2 different kinds. So I got like the lesser tier package. There was like 3. So usually you can just get on stage with them because Jared just calls everyone on stage, right? You just have to hop the fence, have the goal, have the testicular fortitude to just hop the rail when security's telling you no. And now, because they're, bigger, more famous, they have a VIP package which guarantees you to get on stage. And I was like, fuck that.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to pay. I'm just going to jump the rail.
You're just going to jump. You're just going to jump for it.
So I'd say probably like, maybe like 30 people. Probably like 30 people.
Oh, that's not
okay.
bad.
It's not that bad.
It's a pretty intimate thing. You know what I mean? So can I ask you, what did you get to ask them?
So they actually started, they prefaced, they were like, so Jared is obviously an actor. He does not talk about acting when he's on tour, right? He just doesn't want to talk about it. And it's funny, like the first thing he like came out and he was like, yeah, so I was in Mexico. I was shooting Tron Ares, my back out. And so he kind of was bringing up some stuff, but he was he was different. I've seen Jared so many times and he was just very subdued, quiet. Apparently he was in so much pain. He felt like there was a knife in his back. So it kind of made for a little bit of a, like, at first we were like, ooh, like
he's feeling like that. He was jumping around on stage like the way he was. Wow.
Yeah. Well, he was basically explaining like he was trying to save his voice because they had gotten sick overseas. They went overseas first to tour and then came to the US. And this is the end of their tour. These last few dates. I think they have 2 more left. So yeah, I guess it's just taking his toll on him. But he, like, if you saw the videos, Phil, he was actually rather tame for his energy level, but he was still rocking out. Like, he put on an amazing show. He just didn't.
I would have never known had you not said anything. He looked like he was having a great time.
Oh yeah, he completely like turned the switch on. But yeah, at the Q&A, he was just very open. Unfortunately, the crowd, I don't think, asked like a lot of great questions. Like they were asking him like, "Oh, parenting advice," and he's like, "You're asking 2 people without kids. We don't know what the hell we're doing." He would probably have gotten a kick out of his demeanor was so like deadpan. He was very much the Joker to me. I was just like, he was like giving such deadpan delivery, and people were laughing. He's like, "That's not a joke." But he's a great guy. He's very, there's just a calmness and then like a coolness. Like you can ask him whatever. And some people were asking him like, their favorite music videos they've shot and the favorite location, favorite tour moment. I got to ask him a question. I asked them, the last time I saw them, or no, I'm sorry. I saw them 3 other times before that. In 2018, they were at the same venue that we saw them at. And Jared, during the kill, there was an elevated platform. He always does stunts or something crazy at his shows. So during the kill, which is near the end of the show, a platform went into the air and was like rotating, and he was strapped basically in the middle. Well, the platform got stuck in the air.
Oh, shit.
The power went out back in 2018, and he was kind of freaking out, and the entire crowd just started belting like a cappella the entire lyrics of the kill.
Oh, wow.
And so it was such like his shows, like the reason they're one of my favorite bands is like they truth be told, their music is not like amazing, but their vibes at their shows.
It's the energy.
Hey, listen, don't kid yourself. They got a couple bangers. Like there's stuff like, man, I used to DJ concerts going back like 6-7 years ago. Now it's been a little while because like I kind of put that part of my life aside once I had kids, right? But I used to DJ concerts, and that dude, when we did rock shows, I dropped The Kill. I used to drop so many tracks from his first few albums, man.
Yeah.
So, like, don't kid yourself. 30 Seconds to Mars, they're still a well-known, huge band. Everybody knows Jared Leto. He's a great actor. He's an A-lister. So,
Yeah. And that's what's addicting, like you're saying, Phil, like the energy of the vibe of the show.
Yeah.
He put it all out. Like I got mad respect for I love artists and actually performers, like the art of performing. That's one of my favorite things about attending concerts.
I remember, I totally forgot about this. Look, in Havoc. He was in Fight Club.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember which character was he in Fight Club.
He's
What was he?
I don't know what his name is.
You're gonna have to pull it up, Phil. Hey, I
Yeah,
wanted to
I'm gonna
ask,
have
did he
to-
comment on your costume at all? Did he say anything about it?
So I asked him actually, but as a lead-in, I said, "Oh, so I was here in July 2018 at that show," and he actually, because I told you he was making jokes, right? Such a deadpan delivery, and he was like, "Oh, I remember you," and I was like, "Oh, really?" Everyone started laughing, you know. But I think he was like, "Oh, I'm not joking." He didn't say that, but I kind of was like, "Do you remember me?" I don't know. You might have just been joking with Robin, but he was very philosophical about his answer, because he said because I asked him what was going through their heads, and he was like, it was just amazing, actually, the moment that came out of that, where everybody was started singing a cappella, and he was like, there's no mistakes really on tour. There's just magical moments, basically, like that. And so he was just like, oh, and that was the only time that ever happened. So of course it's very memorable. It sticks out. But so yeah, I was just honored to be a part of.
Okay, all right.
So I found it right here.
All right, okay.
His younger days. And then he was also in American Psycho with another band.
Yes, I remember him in American Psycho for sure.
He gets taken out in that timeline a little early. Yeah,
that man definitely beat the Joker in that one.
Oh yeah, tables were turned. And he just shared on his social media, I think it was the anniversary today of Blade Runner 2049. I think it was.
It's today?
I think so. I think that's what he posted. I was reading it briefly.
No shit.
Yeah. People forget he was in that as the villain too. Just very minor.
Yeah, he has quite the portfolio as an actor. That's for sure.
Yeah. But his shows are amazing. Like I really think they're worth the value, and they're gonna be back in LA, I think, next year to perform the 20th anniversary of A Beautiful Lie, the album, the second album. And so they're going to perform it in its entirety at the Hollywood Bowl, I think. That's what he said, probably more than likely. So I was like, oh, got to go back to Cali since everyone's going to Cali these days.
Did you ever see that video that went viral a few months ago of, I think it was one of the drummers from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and he was performing The Kill?
Yeah.
That was so well done, eh?
Yeah. Amazing. Like, beautiful.
But yeah, I remember I saw that not too long ago. What was the first thing I did? Go to Spotify, throw on some 30 Seconds to Mars. Yeah.
It works. I mean, he's actually getting really good at, he'll do that a lot. I saw him at the Houston show. He did the same thing. A local Houston artist covered The Kill, and he brought him out to perform.
Oh, that's so cool.
They'll do that. Every show is different. So I was talking to the girl in front of me in most of my videos, Phil, that you saw. There was like a girl with like big hair.
Yeah.
We were talking the entire time, real cool. She was like, "Oh yeah, this is my 49th show that I've seen them." She's been traveling. She went to all the like Texas shows.
Oh, so she follows them.
Wow.
Like that's the thing. Like there's a lot of people that say like Jared Leto's like cult-like. He is a leader. I will say that the energy he gives out, actually, that's the thing that I love about him, is that you do feel like a sense of just like the music bringing people together. So I get why people are like, oh, this person's dangerous, because he's as a performer, he really inspires people. And people were talking to me in line, like how their music and their lyrics help save their lives through certain situations. Like it really is like deep for some people.
But, for sure. Especially for that era of kids that grew up on it. You know, like we were teens when that stuff came out, and you know, lot of teens, you know, they tend to struggle through those times. So that music hits people on an emotional level. I know I went through that as a kid, so I'm sure many others did as well. I wanted to ask about the venue that you were at. Was that more like a intimate, like nightclub style setting, or was that like an arena?
No, it was actually outdoors. Are you familiar with Formula One? Like,
Yep.
racing?
Yep.
So that was actually at our Formula One track. There was actually a Le Mans qualifying race, something going. So our venue for the meet and greet was outdoors of the racetrack. Basically, it's called the Circuit of the Americas, but the concert venue is located inside the racetrack.
Okay.
So the racetrack surrounds it.
So if I could get an estimate, how many people would you say could attend a concert at that venue?
Oh.
Just so I can get a rough
Yeah,
idea how big it was.
It's hard, honestly. It's a hard answer because they have a whole lawn, basically. Like it's like a bowl arena seating, and then there's a back lawn that is just like a few acres, I think, and it's really, it's just massive. It was not at capacity, but yeah, this is not one of their biggest tours either. And I would say the turnout was pretty amazing.
Well, see, because I'm trying to get a gauge in my head, because I'll be honest with you, I'm not too sure how often 30 Seconds to Mars has come to Toronto, but I'm trying to think, if they were to come here, would it be more like an intimate nightclub style show, or would it be like a sellout fucking at the Rogers Center? I don't know if you're familiar with the Rogers Center in Toronto, but that's where the old Sky Dome, right? So that's what I'm trying to figure out, is like, where, like, would it be a venue like that, or would it be more of like because when I DJ'd a lot of concerts, it was more intimate style nightclub, smaller venues. We had like 2,000 people maximum, right? So
yeah, I would say it's not really stadium, like a football stadium size, but I would say it's like a outdoor arena size.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, pretty like that track is actually, or that venue, people don't like to go because it's actually located a little bit outside of Austin, just a little bit of a drive because of the the track surrounding it. And it was unfortunate because the qualifying races were happening and the meet and greet happened. And so Jared couldn't really talk, really loud because he was in pain from his back. So every time he spoke, it like sent a sharp pain.
Gotcha.
Back. And so every time, like the entire Q&A, like the cars would come around during an answer, and they would just kind of stop and be like, really? Here we go. Everybody watch. Everybody watch. Here we go. As I was saying. And so, like, he's not even trying, but just being hilarious. And of course, the crowd was like eating it up. And there was like the demographic was so varied. There was like a child in there, like a few children, teenagers, young people, 30 somethings like me, men, women, elderly. There was like probably like a few 60 and 70-year-olds. Like, it was just
wow.
Yeah. And they're
South Cali got more like 50K probably. What's he referring to there? The venue? How big they would sell out, how much they would sell out?
50K?
I don't doubt it. I mean, they're huge. They've got a massive following, right?
Yeah, there were people I met there that were like, not a lot of people were from Austin. There are people from like, they flew in.
Travel out of town. Yeah.
That girl that I was talking about, Phil, she was from San Diego, and she had just flown to Tampa and then to Texas and Mexico.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, for South Cali, we're going to throw a drop for South Cali here.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Classic. Is there
All right.
with Batman and Terminator? Do you know?
Is it what? I'm sorry.
Is there a crossover with Batman and Terminator comic? Do y'all know?
Not aware of one. There was
Hang
an
on, I gotta look it
animation.
up.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
Okay. There was I did see someone do an anime on YouTube a while ago. It was like a fan made RoboCop Batman. I'm sorry, no, Terminator Batman. And it was like Frank Miller style Batman, like old and gruddy.
I think that's the first thing that came up when I Google searched it.
Yeah.
Batman enters the apocalyptic world of Terminator.
Nice.
And, also, it's an animated short. Yeah, you're right. It came out a couple years ago.
That's amazing. Because y'all have seen the Alien Predator Batman like mashup trailer, right?
Yeah, I saw that. That was really cool.
Yeah, that's a classic.
That's what made me go back and watch like Predator and Alien movies.
Have you seen the new one yet?
I haven't. I went to the panel. So usually when I go to a Comic-Con panel, I usually have a rule where I'm like, I have to watch this in theaters. With that, there was just like a lot of craziness. I think it's still around, so I might try to catch it still. Yeah. But I do intend to. I have not caught up yet with. Wait, there's a TV show coming out, right? I think it's not out yet. It's not out yet.
For Alien?
Yeah.
Alien Earth.
Alien Earth, yeah.
And Hulu, yeah.
But I'm looking forward to seeing that too.
Awesome.
All right.